Hello! I've got some pickups for you. Before that, it's the 21st of January, which means I am 21 days into dry Jan and I am very much ready for a drink. Only 10 more days to go. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it. Let's see, I suppose. So I've got a mixture of pickups for you. I've got some books, I've got some DVDs, films, some music, and some games. Before all that, though, just because it dropped through the door today, I have the latest issue of Freeze 64 magazine, which features the Phantom of the Asteroids on it. So that's issue 73. I've started reading it already. It's great stuff as always. Well done, Vinny. If you're interested, I will pop a link so you can pick it up yourself. Recommended for any C64 enthusiast, but it's a good read anyway. Right, we're going to do some games first. So the first one is Puzznic. I don't know. I don't actually. I can't tell if this is a good place to be holding these because I've got no monitoring on this at all. But this is a Hit Squad release of a Puzznic, which I bought mainly just to help augment the Hit Squad collection. It's behind me just there. It's going quite well, but I don't have any illusions that I'm going to complete the set. But I do pick them up when I can, and this was a bargain. I got it for, I think it was £2 off eBay, so I was pretty pleased with that. Next, I actually got two more Hit Squad games. So we have Rambo 3, which I don't know anything about. I know the film, but I don't know anything about the game yet. And also Power Drift, which I have played on the C64, and it's a great version on the Commodore 64. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that one again. Obviously, not going to match the arcade, is it? But it's a really decent version. 64 is not very well known for races, to be honest. So to get a good one like that is a bonus. So yes, 3 more adds to the Hit Squad collection. So that's pretty good going. Next, I will just save those. So I'll start with this one. So this is a compilation for the 64 called the Gold Collection. And it's got 6 games that were released by US Gold on the Commodore 64, and a couple of them I don't know. So I don't know Talladega, and I don't know Ghost Chaser, but I do know Drop Zone, which is one of the all-time classics on the Commodore 64. Tapper, which is the arcade game that I'm sure you know, and it's a good version. Spy Hunter, another arcade conversion that's very good on the Commodore. And Beachhead, which is another classic game. I think it's got different game modes in it, war themed ones. So it's another good one. So yeah, pleased to add that to my collection. Another compilation. I actually got a few compilations. So this one, hopefully you can see that okay, is Thalamus the Hits. So I've already got Hits 2, funnily enough, which I've got on disc, and it's in fantastic condition. This one's not in quite such good condition. I don't know if you can see it, but there was a bit of a tear along the top. But it's got 6 games. 6 very good games. Hawkeye is one of my favourites. But Sanction, QDex, Delta, Hunter's Moon and Armalite, all very good games. Thalamus were a really good software house back in the day. So yeah, that's a good collection to add. Right, and the next 3, which is the last 3 on the Commodore 64, I've saved because I got these from Jace at Retro Games. I don't know if you would have seen his Christmas show, but I was lucky enough to win a voucher, and I spent some of it on these. So we start off with the second part of that collection I showed you previously. So this is the Gold Collection 2. I do actually already have 3, so this completes that series. But this has got some more great games on it, and it's in this lovely hard case. It's a bit like a VHS case to some respects, and it's got the nice manual inside. It says, "Look at that manual." See, I can do it, and some tapes. But the games. So Kung Fu Master, another great arcade conversion, is very good on 64. Pole Position, another arcade conversion as well. I watched Tetley play two versions of that. I think it was the Atari 800 and probably the video pack, was it? I can't remember. I'll pop a link to the video actually. And after watching those two versions, I thought I'd better see what it's like in the 64, and I didn't actually own it, so I'm pleased to have that now. Also, it's got Time Tunnel, Desert Fox, Asylum, and Dragon Skull. I don't know anything about those 4 games, so I look forward to finding out. And I also picked up 2 more from Jace at Retro Games. I picked up Falcon Patrol, which is a shooter that was featured on Free 64 a while back, and I've wanted it since really for the collection. Because it's a Virgin Games release, very bright coloured. I think it's one of their early ones. Yeah, so looking forward to trying that one. And Taz, which is a Bubble Bus release. I like Bubble Bus games, and not because the games are necessarily good, but because Bubble Bus were based in Kent, and so I've been trying to collect those as much as I can. Interesting fact, one of the software developers for Bubble Bus, who used to write the 64 games, actually produced some music for us good few years back, but I didn't know who he was at the time, so I didn't get a chance to talk to him about it. I only found out after the fact. Right, so that completes the games. I have some films, so we do those next. So the first thing I picked up is this box set, which is the Dirty Harry collection. Never seen any of these films, so I thought it was a good opportunity to do so. This was really cheap. I think it was like 50p or something at a boot sale. So yeah, this has got Magnum Force, The Enforcer, Sudden Impact, and The Deadpool, and Dirty Harry. So yeah, 5 films. Got to be worth a look, isn't it? This one I do know well, and is what I class as a classic, which is The Shawshank Redemption. I have owned this previously, but a few years back I decided I was going to go digital for all my movies, so I started clearing out my DVD collection and gave away a big chunk, and I've regretted it really, and starting to build that back up now. Luckily they're pretty cheap, so it's not too hard to do. This one's That Thing You Do, which is just like a fun family film really, set around a band in the 60s that sort of make it big. Tom Hanks is in it as the band manager, and I enjoyed this film, so I picked it up again to watch it again sometime. And the last one, which is on Blu-ray, is The New Mutants. So I've been building up a collection of the X-Men series of films. This is one of the final ones. I think this one, basically, if you get the list that you should watch them in, this is the final one before Deadpool and Wolverine. So yeah, please. I have seen it before. It's a good film, so I'm looking forward to watching it again. So that's it for the movies. So 3 books. I'll just show you them quickly. So they're all by Peter F. Hamilton, who's a sci-fi author I like. I've only ever read his books on my Kindle, so I want to start collecting the physical copies of these books. I'd like to have them on my shelf at the very least. A couple of these I actually haven't read. So the first one is The Neutronium Alchemist. Try saying that after you've been drinking, I suppose. This is part 2 of the Night Dawns trilogy, so I could do again the others really. I've not read that trilogy, so I won't read this until I've read the first one. But yeah, it's a nice big tome, that one, isn't it? We've got The Dreaming Void, which I have read. This is part of the... Which one's this? This is part of a trilogy as well. I think it's the Void trilogy, if I remember right. Yeah, and this is part 1 of the Void trilogy. And yeah, I've read all of those. They're really good. So I'm pleased to have the real version of that book. And the final one is Manhattan in Reverse, which is a set of short stories. I've read these as well. Yeah, and they're very good. If you're into sci-fi books and you haven't read any Peter F. Hamilton, I really suggest you do. Start with maybe the Void trilogy, or the Salvation. That's a pretty good one too. So yeah, highly recommended. Pleased to have those now. And then I'm going to finish with some vinyl. So I just had a bit of a technology issue, so I'm having to add this bit at the end. So hopefully it's seems just to stitch in okay. But I'd recorded a bit about, or I thought I'd recorded a bit about the vinyl collection that I picked up, but I hadn't. So we're going to try again. So we're going to start off with the first one, which I bought from a local record shop called The Record Store in Ashford. If you're looking for stuff in your local, it's a great place to go. He's got tons of stuff in there. Sells a lot of second hand and brand new, but the second hand prices are pretty reasonable. So I picked up this one second hand, which is The Cream of Eric Clapton, which is a greatest hits album that I used to listen to my dad's copy of this. I think it was on CD, and it's got a lot of the really classic Eric Clapton songs on it, so I'm chuffed to have that one. Still sounds great. I've also got picked up a new copy. So this is a new release from HMV of Fleetwood Mac Rumours, which is a fantastic album, and it comes on this lovely dark green vinyl. I was going to show you, but I don't think it'll really show up on the camera too well. But yeah, really pleased to have that. It's a fantastic album, really is. So is this one. I don't think I need to introduce this one particularly. It's a different class by Pulp. Peak Britpop, really. Still sounds fresh. I didn't have this on CD either, so I'm pleased to have this on vinyl now. And the final one, which I've been after for some time, is Drones by Muse. I listened to this album quite a bit on Spotify when it first came out. I didn't like it initially, but being, quite keen on Muse, I gave it a few listens, and pretty soon grew on me. Some absolutely fantastic tracks on it, really good musical moments in them as well. So yeah, I was pleased to get this. I wanted to buy it new, but it's very expensive. The record store that I mentioned, it was about £42. It was the same sort of price on HMV as well. But after Christmas, it was $21.99 on the HMV sale and sold out. So I couldn't even get it, despite wanting to. I was a bit too late to the party with that one. But I managed to find a copy on eBay for 25 quid. So I'm pleased that I've got it now. And that's it. That's the end of the vinyl collection. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. Cheers.